Hello, third graders. It's been a great week in our classroom, hasn't it?
Yes.
You betcha.
Did you have fun learning all of our English stuff that we did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Alright, so today, guys, we're going to be reviewing. So we did 3 different lessons. We're going to review each one, okay? So the first one that we did this week was asking and answering questions. Now, we did it on informational text. Do you guys remember what text it was? What did we learn about?
Butterflies.
And do you guys remember anything from that? What, Jordan?
They fly 3,000 miles to get to their home in the winter.
3,000 miles. Do you think you could do that?
Not at all,
No
because I
way.
can't fly.
Not. Well, do you think you could walk though?
No.
No. All right. All right. Any other interesting facts that we learned about? No. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. And then we did a Kahoot activity. Did you guys have fun with the Kahoot?
Yes.
Yeah. I did too.
It was very informational.
Really fun watching you guys. The next thing we did was main ideas. And do you guys remember anything about main ideas?
They're supported by details.
Supported by details. And what can you guys define the main idea for me? It's right up there in case you can't.
The overall idea of a paragraph or text.
All right. Good job, Abby. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. So we have this video for you guys today. This way. 1 second. There's no sound.
Ah, gross. I wish other people would ride their bikes instead of always using cars. Dear Tim and Moby, I don't understand what my teacher means when he asks me to find the main idea. Can you help me? From Gladys. Sure, Gladys. The main idea is just the main point that's being stated in a paragraph, essay, article, or other passage. It's what's specifically being said about a particular topic. The topic of a paragraph or passage is the general subject. Okay, well, say you're reading an article about how cheetahs can run at very high speeds. The topic would be cheetahs, because that's the general subject of the article, cheetahs. And the main idea would be that cheetahs can run fast, because that's the point the article is trying to get across. Details support what the author is trying to say with examples. They're sort of like evidence as to why the main idea is true. The details would explain what makes a cheetah run so fast, how fast it can run, things like that. All right, let's read this paragraph and try to find the main idea. Not only is smoking cigarettes a disgusting and smelly habit, it's also extremely bad for your health. It has been proven to cause cancer, lung disease, and heart disease, and to weaken your immune system. Smoking makes it a lot harder to breathe, which means it's more difficult to play sports and get the exercise you need to stay healthy. It is also harmful for those hanging around a smoker because they breathe the smoky air. Even though most people are aware of how bad smoking is for them, more than 1,000 people die each day from its effects. So,
All right, guys. Can you maybe tell me what the main idea of that paragraph was? Yes, Abby?
Smoking is bad for you.
Smoking is bad for you. And what details did they include, guys?
What can happen if you do smoke?
All right. Do you think that's right? Do you guys agree with her?
Yes.
All right. Let's find
so
out.
first, let's figure out the topic. What would you say the topic is? The general subject that this paragraph is discussing. That's right. The topic is smoking, specifically cigarette smoking. Now, let's try to find the main idea. To find the main idea, ask yourself, what point is the writer trying to make? It's always helpful to skim through the passage again and see what words are repeated and what idea the author is trying to stress or get across. What do you think the main idea is, Moby? Well, the writer is saying that smoking is gross, but more specifically, that smoking is bad for your health. You can tell this from the details in the paragraph. That smoking causes cancer and heart and lung disease, that makes you sick, and then it makes it hard to breathe. Sometimes the main idea will be at the start of a paragraph or article. In the passage we just read, the writer pretty much stated the main idea in the first sentence. But the main idea can be stated anywhere in a piece of text. Sometimes it's in the second or third paragraph, for instance, or sometimes it'll come at the very end as a conclusion. It's not always that clear, though, and sometimes you have to do a little more work to figure it out. One important thing to remember is that sometimes you're going to have to reread the passage and go back to it a few times to get a good sense of what's being discussed. Let's look at the newspaper article that Moby was reading earlier. When we can, it's important to carpool, use public transportation like buses and trains, ride a bike, or walk instead of driving a car. These things release fewer dangerous toxins into the air. You may not realize it, but air pollution is becoming a bigger problem every day. It is terribly damaging to the environment and the air we breathe. For this reason, we should try to cut back on harmful emissions. One of the best ways to reduce pollution is to use methods of transportation that are less harmful to the environment. So what would you say are the topic and main idea in this passage? Right, the topic is air pollution. And the main idea is that driving cars less helps reduce air pollution. Yes, and riding your bike is a good way to do that. Anyway, if you're ever stuck on finding a main idea, it helps to ask yourself general questions about the passage. They can be things like, is it about a person, an idea or a theory, an event? That way you can start by getting a broader idea of what's being discussed. Another helpful thing you do is pretend that someone has asked you what the paragraph or essay is about. If you can give an answer that sums up the passage in just one sentence, you've probably got the main idea. But we just got home. Where are we supposed to ride our bikes to? What do you mean we can't stop riding our bikes? I'm not so sure you got the main idea of that article.
Alright guys, so I hope that cleared up a little confusion you guys might have had. Now we're going to take a review quiz and we're going to do it together, okay? So it's not like a real quiz, we're just going to review, okay? This whole session's review. So, we have our first question. Which term best describes the main idea of a piece of writing? Can anyone tell me? Yes, Jordan?
Is it C?
C. A broad topic. Let's find out. Uh-oh. I guess it's not. Anyone else? Abby.
Okay.
A. A supporting detail. Oh,
Is it B?
is it B? Let's find out. Remember, guys, main idea. Okay, the next one. In the phrase, the main idea is buttressed. Now, by supporting details. What is the best synonym for buttressed?
What does that mean?
We're trying to figure that out. So use your context clues. We know that the main idea is what? By supporting details. So we know the main idea. Is it supporting details but? Yes, Jordan.
Is it A?
A.
Back?
It is. That means backed because you back the main idea with supporting details. Now, in an essay, details serve a similar function to what? Yes, Jordan. Or you're not raising your hand.
Is it D?
D. Right. Good job. If you read an essay explaining why eating healthy foods is good for you, what would the topic be? So, if you're reading an essay about healthy foods being good for you, the topic is...
Is it A?
Okay, let's see. No, it's not. That'd be a detail about it, though. Yes, Abby.
D.
D. That would also be
What?
detail.
B.
B. That's right, because remember, healthy foods is something. In the same article about healthy foods, what would be the main idea? Yes, Jordan.
C?
Good job, Jordan. You're doing really well today. Now, what is a supporting detail you might find in that same article about healthy foods? Yes, Jonathan.
Is it B?
B. No, it's not.
Go, Jordan.
Yes.
You get it right.
Yes, Jordan. What was that?
A?
A. Yes, you are correct. If you wanted to find the main idea in a piece of writing, where would you look? Would it be in the first sentence, in the first sentence of any paragraph, the first sentence of the second paragraph, the last sentence, or anywhere, basically? D. Good job, Abby. You got one. If you can't figure out the main idea of the passage, what is a way you could help yourself? S. Jordan.
B.
B or D?
B.
B. Correct. Remember, you can pretend you're trying to figure something, you're trying to explain it to someone else. In what section of a newspaper would you find articles about with topics and main ideas? Yes, Jordan.
D.
Good job. You really understand this topic. What inference can you make about main ideas in writing? Yes, Jordan.
B.
Good job. All right, that was that. All right, and then finally we learned about writing in sequence. And what did we do? We did the recipe activity. Did you guys go home? You guys went home and made some yummy recipes. I ate them all. What was your favorite?
Peanut butter and jelly French toast.
Was it? Did you share it with your mom when you made it?
Yep.
You did. Did she like it?
Yes, she did.
Did she help you make it? Or did you do it all by yourself?
She helped you.
She helped me.
Did she? Okay, at least you didn't take credit for it. Okay, here's another video for you guys.
Sequence. Sequence is an organizational pattern. You can learn more about organizational patterns at ereadingworksheets.com. Text structure. Text structure is a term that refers to how a text is organized. Text can be organized in many different ways, and in fact, within a single text, each paragraph may vary. Sequence. Sequence is when a writer lists the order of steps in a process or event. For example, tying your shoes. To tie your shoes, you first must put your shoes on. Then you make loops. Then you tie your loops together. This is how you tie your shoes. Or making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. First you get your materials. Then you take out the bread. Then you spread peanut butter. Then you spread jelly. Lastly, you combine. In each of these examples, the information was organized in the order in which it occurs. Sequence writing is frequently used for instructions, manuals, guides, and recipes. It's important to remember that sequence does not occur at any specific place or time. If I were telling a story about how I tied my shoes, that would be organized chronologically. But if I'm telling readers how to tie a shoe as a process that's not taking place at any specific point in time or location, then the information is organized sequentially or in sequence rather than chronological order. You can learn more about text structure at ereadingworksheets.com. Go to ereadingworksheets.com for free worksheets, activities, and interactive practice lessons.
Alright then, guys. Looks like we're all out of time for today, but check your emails. I sent out a Google form that you can do tonight so I can know how well you understand all these concepts, okay? Have a good rest of your day.